Hi, I'm Eileen Reed, and this is my Boise State University Masters of Educational Technology reflection video. Welcome. In the last 2 years that I've been in the MET program, I've seen several changes. I've taken a lot of classes that have made me a better teacher and a more knowledgeable instructor and educator. I've also made other changes in my life and married Tom Hogan, who makes me a better person. Tom's into hot rods, and we like to travel around the country to different shows and competitions, and we often get to take our furry friend Lily with us, so it's a family affair. I have a very happy family. I love my life, and I love my job. I teach at Raft River High School. I'm the business teacher there. I teach accounting, personal finance, careers, yearbook, keyboarding, and 8th grade business elective. It's a one hall school, very small and tight knit group of kids. We have 156 children, 7 through 12th grade, that we teach there. They're fun, they're entertaining, and they work hard. This year I work hard because I have 8th graders in business elective, and they are a different, I don't even know how to describe 8th graders. I am so happy that I have taken some classes through this program that have helped me plan the curriculum that's more engaging for these very active kids. So, why am I here at Boise State University taking the MET program? I decided 2 years ago that I needed to take more classes, get my master's, and broaden my career options. And I researched many different universities, and Boise State University was a perfect fit for me. I loved the curriculum. I started the classes. I loved every single one of them, and it made it very difficult for me to choose artifacts for this video, but I have narrowed it down to these three for reasons that I'll explain as I take you through each one of them. In the MET program, I did create several artifacts I am really proud of. Among them is my e-portfolio that you're going through right now. On my home page here, I have a link to my 502 Start page, and I'm very proud of that because I practically sweat blood over this one. I needed a lot of help from Laura Ivanowski, who was my instructor, and she was always so willing to help me. But that isn't my first artifact I want to show you. My first artifact I want to show you is 2.4 integrated technology, and it's also from my 502 class with Laura Ivanowski, and I am really proud of this tour of Idaho for several reasons. One being that it was probably one of my only assignments from 502 that I did entirely on my own with no catches. It seemed like anytime I needed to tweak something, I knew where to go and how to do that so it would look exactly how I wanted it to look. Idaho is one of my favorite subjects. I've got on here links through the pictures that I got on Google Images and was very careful with the copyright and image rights for that. You see, this is the winter one with different links to go to that might promote Idaho's recreation. This winter carnival I've never been to, but it's so on my bucket list. Over here are questions I have that are like trivia questions about Idaho, and with an answer sheet here. Let me go back home. I think this showcases some of the things that I learned about alignment, proximity, repetition, and contrast. I think you can see just looking here that I've used contrast with the white. White isn't my favorite background, but I did like it on this page, especially against the winter, and then how pretty it brings out the colors of these others. The proximity, I think you can see on other pages, but watch as I go through these links and see the repetition. The winter we've been through, but you have the banner, the links, the video here, and the home links with your trivia questions there. Back home, because I want to go through the links. My spring in Idaho with the golfing and hiking and art. other trivia questions. Link through summer. Summer with the fishing and the floating, and then you have the repetition again with a video. Of course, it's a separate video. And my favorite Idaho season is the fall. And isn't that just gorgeous? And on this page, I have the Haunted Mansion of Albion, because I'm actually from Albion, so I wanted to kind of push that. Um, One of your trivia questions over here, they're just fun. A person may not be seen in public without a smile on their face. In what city in Idaho? Well, I guess you're going to have to visit my tour if you want to know that one. You see principles of alignment here. I do have them lined up. It's a very attractive page, very inviting. I am very proud of this. Of course, it has the HTML5 and the CSS verification with my copyright on it. I learned so much in this class. It was probably my favorite. It was probably the hardest one I had, but it was my favorite, and I am really proud of this artifact. The second artifact I wanted to show you is from 4.3 Delivery System Management, and it is a WordPress blog that I put a unit from my careers class on. It's career preparation. This is probably the most significant thing I did learn in the MET program. It gave me control over my own curriculum and how I presented it. I feel like I actually was able to design the whole thing and have it come out successfully in practical application. This class starts out, or this blog starts out with the tabs across the top that match the objectives for this unit, which are cover letter, resume, application, and interview, job interview. It has my personal information here with the syllabus, and they sign up for an interview. When I did this blog, I had my actual interview date set up, and so they knew how long they had until that date because of this calendar right here. I actually ask business leaders in my community to come in and mock interview them, and it's just a really great experience, learning experience for them. This homepage starts out with the most clever, funny video on interviews that are complete failures, and I do believe that failure is a good way of learning, and examples of failure, especially if it's not your own and you can laugh about it. The first tab and objective is a cover letter. They've already learned how to do a business format for a letter, so they're just applying that, and I give them hints on what I want in the paragraphs. Then I have a couple of videos on how to do a nice cover letter, and more tips if they're still having trouble with that assignment. Their resume, I helped them through that. It's really hard for a 14-year-old to come up with a resume because they haven't had a lot of jobs, but we get pretty creative, and they've got some ideas from these two videos I have applied here, and a really nice example of a resume here and here. After that, I actually walk them through the application because it's really difficult for them. But this page on the blog would be easy makes it easier if they were to have been absent that day, and then they can send me their application. This is a link for a general application I have them download to write on their own. Then we have the job interview, which is like the cornerstone assignment for this unit. It's pretty big. They have to dress for it and everything, and I give them this is a good example of a job interview. This is a very poor example of a job interview. She's on her cell phone here. I like to stop during the video and say, what did she do right or wrong here? And they always know. This blog page includes some commonly asked questions during the interview. After the interview, I have a follow-up where the students write thank you letters to their interviewer, and then they write me a page in their a reflection page for their portfolio. I used to have that be 3 to 4 pages long. It's now only 1 page because we're moving on from then. For this assignment, I did add a forum, but where I teach face to face, our forum is in the class. I love this assignment. I loved blogging to gather information and put my unit together to deliver it to the kids. It makes it convenient for me. I don't have to remember things just off of a few notes. It's just all right here. And it makes it easier for the kids if they just don't understand, if they're unsure about their job interview skills, they can come back in here and make it better. The final artifact I'd like to show you is from 4.4 Information Management, and it deals with blogs and curation. As you could tell from that last artifact, I do really like WordPress blogging. I have a blog for careers and for personal finance, and I plan on making one for several more of my classes. I also like the curation, and that's the Scoop It is what I'd like to show you. This is Eileen Reed's Scoop It curation. As you can see, I have used it on these two to gather information to write papers in the MET program, but also for my high school classes as well. Just this last week, I've given a Scoop It credit assignment to my personal finance class, and they thought I was crazy. Until I explained to them how convenient Scoop It is. I'm going to show you the interview skills because I think you'll recognize some of the curation or the sites from my last artifact. But once I tell them that they can go in here and find the topics I've asked them to research and scoop them, then they can come back later and read them. They can go back in just by clicking on the link and get the entire article. It also has this short summary that Scoop It puts on there, and then they can write their own. I don't let my students be as lazy as me. This inside of theirs has to be 50 words, so I know that they read the article and understand the credit concept. I find that this Scoop It is probably one of the most impactful things I learned in the MET program as I apply it in my teaching and use it for personal finance. I let my kids know that it's so easy for them to gather information they can use, for instance, on their senior project, which they also just received that assignment this week too. And all of a sudden now it becomes more meaningful because it can help them in other places. I give the seniors in personal finance this assignment not just to learn about credit but also to learn about Scoop It, because I feel it would be a great benefit to them not only for the rest of their high school career but in college as well. So where do I go from here with the Masters of Educational Technology from Boise State University? When I started this program 2 years ago, I thought I wanted to broaden my career options and leave education, but now I feel like my skills are so much better in education. I'm a better teacher, I'm a better instructor, curriculum planner, and educator that I want to stay in the field of education. Whether I go to a higher level, college level, or online, I'm thinking I still want to be able to teach, and I really like the instructional design part of that too. So maybe I can find something that has them both. I thank you, Boise State University staff and faculty, for all the help you've given me. I love you all, and I've loved this program. Thank you.